What's going on, guys? It's Insomnitech here, back with another video. Today I'm talking about why you should care about 4K Ultra HD, HDR, and Xbox enhanced games. Don't go anywhere. So, why should you care about 4K, HDR, and Xbox enhanced games? Let's take a look at these categories and find out. The first category we're going to take a look at is Xbox One X enhanced games. Microsoft says games with the Xbox One X enhanced feature icon will have specific improvements to the game compared to the regular Xbox One or Xbox One S. Developers use the power of the Xbox One X wherever they best see fit for their individual game. These enhancements could include graphical enhancements, increased detail and texture assets and additional visual effects, higher or more stable frame rate, higher resolution up to 4K depending on the TV. Now, why should you care about Xbox One X Enhanced? Now, this is big props to Microsoft because we've seen the PS4 Pro release, and with that we've seen what happens when you don't put out standards for developers to look at and strive for in their games. And not only that, Microsoft has done the footwork to talk to these devs and have them commit to improving their games and ultimately improving the platform overall. This is something that was completely missing on the PlayStation ecosystem. This is ultimately to blame Sony for not showing any interest in getting these developers or even their own studios to enhance games for the PS4 Pro. Okay, let's look at our second category, 4K Ultra HD. 4K UHD refers to image resolution or the number of pixels used for each image. Games described as 4K or 2160p offer a resolution of 3840 pixels by 2160 pixels, offering roughly 4 times the pixels of 1080p and 6 times more pixels than 720p. To view 4K games at their native resolution, your TV must be 4K compatible, but the Xbox One X will also super scale or super sample the 4K image down to HD TVs. Now, why should you care? Firstly, 4K isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Have you recently walked into a Best Buy or Walmart? The 1080p television section is getting smaller every year. 4K improves the overall image quality presented to you on your TV, even if it's not 4K. The third and final category, and some may say even the best improvement, is HDR. High dynamic range refers to the difference between the darkest and brightest information a game can show. Games that support HDR will have more detail in the darker darks and brighter brights, offering a far more natural image depending on the screen you view it on. HDR on the Xbox One console also uses a 10-bit color range or wide color gamut in more colors, which makes for a more richer, higher detailed image. And why should you care? First off, this one is more difficult to explain, but I'll do my best. HDR is one of the best improvements you can get as a gamer. It makes colors seem more truer to life and sometimes just more pleasing to look at. Imagine this for a moment. Have you ever looked at a nature shot in a print magazine and said, that image looks really good. It's really detailed. The colors just pop off the page. And when it comes to print, especially in a magazine, I think it's amazing looking. And that's kind of the way it looks on a TV with HDR. You just have to see it to believe it. HDR is very hard to explain to someone how colors look better unless they can actually see the difference themselves. So if you want, go to a local Best Buy and ask them if they have a HDR TV on display. I'm sure they will, and you'll be able to look at one and contrast it against non-HDR TVs. Microsoft has put tremendous effort towards making these games look and play the best, and Xbox One X really shows it. And I guess that sums it up. This is why you should care. All of these improvements to your game really helps the experience, especially when you paid for that premium experience. PlayStation 4 Pro didn't live up to its promise of a 4K HDR box. It fell far short of the mark. If you want to get a high-end PC experience in the living room on your 4K television, this is the best way to play it. These are the enhancements you should care about. Hey, you should check out my other videos. I have some good ones, including daily gaming news. The links will be in the description. Remember, you can always find me on XboxNexus.com, on Facebook and Twitch /Insomnitech, or on Twitter @Insomnitech. Again, guys, I want to thank you for tuning into the channel and checking out my videos. Please leave a like, and if you like what I do, think about subscribing.